I'm Stephanie from Team Zing, and we went to Rwanda to take a look at the needs regarding food fortification. We met this woman, Beatrice, and witnessed some of the key issues in micronutrient malnutrition. This is her son in her lap who was brought to the hospital and was extremely malnourished. This is a widespread problem, and one of the main issues is because cassava has virtually no vitamins or minerals present. And as you can see here, it's extremely popular part of the culinary experience in Rwanda and many other countries in East Africa and throughout Africa and some parts of South America. Our goal was to figure out how we could actually get vitamins and minerals into their food in a sustainable way. This is an example of what their milling situation looks like now. The problem is that even if there is large-scale fortification success for the country, people who grow their own food and eat their own food and then mill it will not be touched by this fortification. So our goal was to figure out how to get vitamins and minerals into people's food who grow and eat their own food. By the end of the class in the spring, we arrived at a solution that looks similar to a drum mixer, and some of the key technical issues was that it was top heavy, it leaked through the door, and we weren't quite sure if it mixed properly yet because we needed to test it. That leads me to some of our main goals for the summer. Summer goals. 1. Product development. Test out a plastic mixing device and try to fix some of the problems with our steel drum. This is the device that was made at the beginning of the summer, and it collects flour that comes from the output of a milling device that they have in Rwanda. And the idea is that it's sort of a seamless process, and the flour will go directly into this drum mixer, and then when the miller is done rotating the drum mixer, it will be rotated and they can attach their bag. Some of the adjustments we've made with the plastic device have experimented with the idea that there may be able to be a drum end cap that is easier to attach and open. But we're going to go upstairs and take a look at how you can test the flour. 2. Become a chemist. Test out the mixing efficacy of our drum. We have gathered the supplies to do an iron spot test, which is one of the most basic but relative semi-quantitative tests to check to see if iron has been successfully mixed into the flour batch. So here we have some iron filings that are added in the appropriate amount to the fortified flour to mimic what the amount would be in a positively fortified sample. And some of our other chemicals are KSCN. We have some hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, and we have some hydrochloric acid. So it's kind of a dangerous situation here, but it worked out pretty well. And here we have flour that we took from the sample downstairs, and I've already prepared a sample here, and all you do is use the pipette to take a sample of the said mixture and add it to the flour. Five minutes later, here we see an appropriate amount of the iron mix. So we've set a control, and then we compare the different sampling, the different pockets of flour from our sample to see how they compare to the control amount. 3. Have conversations with experts. Check out the playing field. What else is out there? What should we be copying? What should we be avoiding? Oh, hey!
Wait, so there's got to be other people working on this problem, right?
That is true. We've talked to numerous individuals. Micronutrient malnutrition is actually a huge, huge problem.
Okay. And what kinds of problems are they running into?
Well, for the dosifying devices, they found that vibration of the milling machine has been an issue, so calibrating those. For mixing devices, they've tried like a rolling drum mixer, but then there's sanitation issues. They'll get contaminated, and then people's flour will be contaminated.
Okay.
And then thirdly, just on the business side of things, there's an issue with a market-driven approach. So basically it hasn't exactly been tested. A lot of these devices are often donated, and even the fortification part of the milling is not built into the cost. So once they try to start to introduce a cost into getting your flour fortified at the small scale level, people are not necessarily interested in doing this.
Okay.
So that's one of our main goals for the pilot study, is to see how we can generate a willingness to pay.
Okay, great.
On the technical side, our next steps are to continue to test the plastic drum and its mixing efficacy. And on the business side, we are in the process of identifying an on-the-ground partner so that we can run this pilot. We had been working with Rwanda. They are trying to pass large-scale fortification with the government there before moving into small-scale space. So we are actually looking at Uganda right now as a potential partner. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you very much for your support.
Cool. Thanks, Stephanie.